Hello everyone. In this video, we are going to discuss about basic concepts of object-oriented programming. We will understand these basic concepts in Java language. In this video, we will be discussing about what is meant by class and objects. What are these four basic concepts? That is abstraction, inheritance, polymorphism, and encapsulation. Okay, before we dive into this video, please like this video, subscribe to our channel because subscribers are very important. Now let us see what is meant by class. The class has two definitions. The first one is a class is a blueprint in which objects can be created. Now the second definition is it consists of various methods as well as variables or fields. Now let us understand clearly with this simple code. In this code we had a class called student. Under the student we have various methods as well as fields. Now what is meant by methods? Let us see what is meant by first fields. Fields is nothing but int id, string n. These are called as fields. Now this public student, it is called as methods. So a class is a blueprint where objects can be created as well as it consists of various methods as well as fields. Here fields are id and n, whereas the method used in this class is student. So this is the class. And as well as in the as we know, the execution of a program starts from the main function. This main function, we created an object called s1. Using this s1 we will access the id as well as n. So this is about class. A class is a blueprint where objects can be created. It has various methods as well as fields. So this is about classes. Now let us look into the objects. An object is an instance of a class created to access its data and operations. Each object holds its own state. Okay, now let us understand in the previous example. As I said earlier, here S1 is the object. Based on the class, the objects can be created. Suppose now we created S1 as the object. Now S1 dot ID access the ID value, S1 dot N access the string value. Similarly, if we create another object called S2, student S2 is equal to new student of some values, then it has its own values. Similarly, here let us consider another example. We had a class called dog. Now, using that class, we created a four different objects: dog one, dog two, dog three, dog four. Each has its own value. So basically, you must understand that whenever a class is created, the memory is not allocated for that variable. But whenever an object is created, then only the memory is available for that particular variable. So this is about classes as well as objects. Before understanding the Java concept, you must know what is meant by class as well as objects. So let us see what basic concepts. First one is let us see about abstraction. Abstraction in Java is the process of hiding the internal details and showing only essential functionality to the users. It focuses on what an object does rather than how it does. Okay, for example, let us consider we are using an app. Let us say we are using Amazon app. We know that while using Amazon app, we can buy products like that. But we don't know the internal functionality, but of how a particular process works while using that app. So this process is known as abstraction. In abstraction can be achieved by two ways. First one is interface. Second one is using by abstract classes. Interface concept I will explain clearly in while explaining about inheritance. Now let us see what is meant by abstract classes. So in this we had total three classes and a main class. We know that the execution starts from the main class. This main class, we created an object called remote. TV remote is equal to new TV remote. So a object is created, that is the memory is allocated for remote. Now remote dot turn on, remote dot turn off. So now the execution goes into the classes. In classes, so the syntax of abstract classes is abstract class TV, abstract void turn off, abstract void turn on and turn off. So while using abstract classes, we only declare a method. We do not define it. So here turn on is a method and turn off is a method. We declared it, but we do not define it. We define it outside the abstract class. So outside abstract class, in abstract class we defined the methods, whereas in outside the TV remote extends TV, we just define that method. So void turn on system dot out and println TV is turn on. Similarly for turn off. So while executing, the output will be TV is turned on, TV is turned off. So this is about abstraction. Abstraction is the process of hiding the implementation details. Abstraction can be achieved by two types. First one is interface, second one is abstract classes. In abstract classes, we define a method, but we do not declare it. It can be declared outside the abstract class. So this is about abstraction. Now let us look what is meant by inheritance. Inheritance in Java is a core object-oriented programming concept that allows a class to acquire properties and behaviors from the another class. It helps in creating a new class from a existing one. So let us understand clearly. Inheritance is the process of deriving a child class from its parent class. So the syntax for inheritance will be class parent name. It consists of various fields and methods, whereas class child extends parents. It consists of various fields and methods. So whenever the child class extends the parent class, then all the properties of the parent class, that is where all the fields and methods of the parent class can be accessed by the child class. Here the parent class is also called as base class, whereas the child class is also called as subclass. So basically, inheritance is the process of deriving the child class from its parent class. While deriving, all the properties, that is fields and methods in the parent class can be accessed in the child class. Whereas we can also create some of the additional fields and methods in the child class. So this is about inheritance concept. There are different types in inheritance. That is, we consist of a single inheritance, multiple inheritance, multi-level inheritance, hierarchical inheritance, and hybrid inheritance. So what is inheritance? In single inheritance, only one child class is derived from the parent class. So this is the best example for a single inheritance. Now what is multiple inheritance? In multiple inheritance, we had different parent classes. Consider parent 1, parent 2, parent 3, and so on. From this all, only a single child class can be derived. So this is known as multiple inheritance. But in a Java does not support multiple inheritance, because let us consider if we created a two different parent classes. In two different parent classes, we had a same fields like int a and int a in both different classes. Now we created a child class from both parent classes. So whenever we allocate a memory for by creating an object in the child class, the compiler cannot understand which value to take from the parent class, because a consists in both parent classes. So this is the ambiguity problem for the compiler. So to overcome it, we use the concept of interfaces. In interfaces, I will discuss in upcoming videos. Now let us see the types in inheritance. So this is about multiple inheritance. That is, multiple parents classes are present From that, only a single child class can be derived. This is multiple inheritance. Now let us look what is a multi-level inheritance. In multi-level inheritance, suppose let us consider class parent, sorry, class child is derived from a parent. Now let us consider another class child 2. It is derived from the its previous class. So it is, so the structural format will be parent, class parent, it is the main class child extends parents, that is it consists of fields of parents. Now another class child 2 extends child. So this is the structural format of multi-level inheritance. Now let us look what is meant by hierarchical inheritance. As we know, hierarchical means it consists of a structure of tree. So a single in this hierarchical inheritance, a single parent class will be present. From that parent class, multiple child classes can be derived. This is known as a hierarchical inheritance. That is, from parent class, we can derive multiple child classes or subclasses. So this is about hierarchical inheritance. Now let us look into the final one, hybrid inheritance. As the name suggests, hybrid, it means multiple inheritance types can be present. That is, a single or multi-level inheritance combination can be a hybrid, or a single or hierarchical combination can be a hybrid, or multi-level or a hierarchical combination class can be a hybrid inheritance. So these are the types in the inheritance. Again, a quick recap. Inheritance is the process of deriving a child class from its parent class. So this is about inheritance. Now let us look what is meant by polymorphism. In polymorphism, poly means many, morphism means forms. So polymorphism means many forms. It is a Greek word. So in polymorphism, we have two types. One is compile time polymorphism, and the second one is runtime polymorphism. In compile time polymorphism, it can be achieved by method overloading, whereas runtime polymorphism, it can be achieved by method overriding. So blindly remember, polymorphism consists of two types, compile time and runtime. In runtime, it starts with R, so the method overriding. In compile time polymorphism, it consists of method overloading. So now let us understand what is meant by method overloading and method overriding with this with a sample code. So let us consider we have a class called helper. It consists of only methods. It consists of two methods, and we also have a main class. As we know, the execution in the Java compiler starts from the main class. So in the main class, we called helper dot multiply of 2 comma 4. Similarly, we called method helper dot multiply of 5 comma 5.5 and 6.3. Observe the parameters in the function. First one, it consists of integer values, and second one, it consists of double values. So whenever we call this function call, then the methods in the class will be sent to here. That is, it consists of integer values now. So int a and int b. So it will return a into b. Similarly, when we call 5.5 and 6.3 double values, then the execution will go to here. That is static double multiply of double a double b, return a into b. So method overloading means the function name will be same, but the parameters will be different. So whenever we call in the main function, it will execute according to it parameters. So in method overloading, the function name will be same, number of parameters will be same, but the type of execution, the type of data type will be different. In this example, we consist of int as well as double. So this is about method overriding. Now let us look what is meant by method overloading. In method overloading, we a parent class is present. A two subclasses can be derived. This is known as multi-level inheritance. So as we know, the execution will be started from the main function. In main function, we derived an object parent A. Here A is the object. A is equal to new subclass of 1. So here subclass execution will go to the subclass void print system.out.println. Now first one it will print subclass. Similarly, we created a same object. A is equal to new subclass is of 2 a dot print, then it prints subclass 2. So this is about method overriding, and this code executes about method overloading. So this is about polymorphism. Polymorphism means many forms. It consists of two types: compile time as well as runtime. Compile time executes method overloading and runtime executes method overriding. So now let us look into the final basic concept of object-oriented programming, which is encapsulation. So encapsulation is the process of wrapping or bundling the classes under a single unit. That is, in uh, in encapsulation, we have different access specifiers like public, private, static, etc. So if we use public, the particular method or a field can be accessed within the entire code or the entire class. Sorry, entire code. If we use private, it can be accessed only that particular class. So now let us understand this code. This code consists of a single class. In that single class, we have various methods as well as fields. The fields are string name, which is private. We had two methods, get name and set name. So as we know, the execution starts from the main function. In the main function, we created an object. Programmer P is equal to new programmer. Here P is the object. So now memory is allocated for P. P dot set name is equal to geek. Now the execution will go to set name. See public void. Public means it can be accessed within the entire code. Public void set name is equal to this dot name of name. So the name will be now geek. Now system dot out dot println name is equal to P dot get name. So whenever we call this method, the execution will go here. This method. So in this method, we will return the name. That is, the name is what geek. So finally, the name is equal to geek will be printed. So this is about encapsulation. Encapsulation is the process of bundling or wrapping the entire class under a single unit. So this is about encapsulation. So in this video, we discussed about what is meant by classes, objects, abstraction, inheritance, polymorphism, as well as encapsulation. For each concept, I will make another video. So thank you for watching till the end. Please like, share, and subscribe. If you have any doubts or feedback related things, please comment below. Thank you for watching.